Hello everyone, welcome to Age of War. I remember playing this game when I was a little kid, and I decided to try out to beat it in impossible mode. It was actually a lot easier than I expected, so here we go. I'm not sure why it's taking so long for these guys to spawn. There they are. This is nice when you get a bunch in the beginning because we can use our special to take them all out at once. And that's going to give us the ability to build a turret. The chicken turret is going to be the best in my opinion just because it can target the men individually. Because the catapults don't work very well. So we'll be able to kill this first one with just the turret alone. That's why I'm not spawning anybody in. And then after that, we can spam a few people. And you can see with the impossible mode, the enemy goes right through our people. We just have to be careful not to waste any money. That's going to be an important thing. Using our special almost every time it's in cooldown. Sometimes I might reserve it if I expect that there's going to be a dinosaur or something bigger spawning. So we're going to be careful with that. This guy that's alone by himself in the front, our turret will be able to take care of him, so I don't need to worry about him. You can see it. There it goes. By the way, if you're wondering how I can see the whole thing, I'm playing on full screen mode and I have a 21:9 ultra wide display, so that's why it's showing everything. I wish you could freeze it from moving side to side and then it would be less annoying, but we're gonna spam a few more clubmen just to get through these guys. We got our first dino, which is good news because we have our special ready. So if the enemy spawns in a bunch of dinos, that is cash money for us. There's a second one. I'm gonna try to, ooh, a third one. That's really nice. So I'm gonna try to gather them a little bit more and then do our special, and hopefully we can get all 3 dinos. There it goes. Look at that. So we're up to almost 800 gold. We need 1,000 to get a second layer of the turret, to get a second chicken. I'm not going to be upgrading through the ages, just because the clubmen are only $15. And we can spam them because they spawn a lot quicker than the other ones once you upgrade, like the swordsmen and so on. So I think the best strategy for us is going to be to just keep at the Stone Age and constantly spawn the clubmen. But we're off to a great start. Our special is almost in cooldown, so the enemy just upgraded, which is no problem. It's actually nice when they upgrade because then we're going to get more money for killing the things. But we, as you can see, we are heavily relying on our chicken. So now we've got over 1,000 gold. Oops. We took 1 hit, which is a shame, but we have 2 chickens now. And I don't have any money to spawn clubmen, which may have been a mistake, but hopefully our turret can take down that guy. Come on, there he goes. Okay, we lucked out there. You basically are in a position where you can't really make too many mistakes in the impossible mode. But we seem to be off to a good start. I think if you're a gamer, you probably have played Age of War. It was like one of those things where everybody just played it at some point. This is a little bit of nostalgia. The ranged characters are a little bit of a problem for us because they can really go through our clubmen. But we're just going to keep spawning them. They're so cheap at only $15 that we can just keep spawning him and let our turrets do the work. And you can see on the left side there's a bunch of our clubmen that are stacked on top of each other. When that happens, it's actually kind of nice because they can all attack at once, so you can stack their damage together. We're gonna do our special one more time, hopefully clear the battlefield. Oh, come on. I think our double chicken turrets should be able to get that guy, yeah. Nice. There's our first horseman, whatever they're called. And we have 4 gunmen, which might be a problem because they're gonna go through our clubmen very quickly. We don't have a special ready, so we'll have to kill this horse with just our clubmen. So you can see now there's multiple clubmen hitting the horse at one time, so it stacks all of their damage together on top of the damage from the turrets too, so that's a good way to do it. We got our special ready. We need 3,000 gold to extend our tower one more level. And because we're at the Stone Age, it's really easy to add another chicken. It's only $200 or 200 gold for another chicken. So we just need the 3,000 to get the 3rd layer of our tower, and then it's going to be really easy. I was waiting to see if maybe more horsemen would spawn to use my special, but we didn't get that lucky. And now we've got 3,000 gold, so we can upgrade our tower, but I don't want to make that mistake of having no money to spawn clubmen again. So we're going to wait just a little bit. So far, so good. This is where it kind of gets tricky. We're just going to keep spamming him. Upgrade our tower once more. That may have been a little bit too early, but we can get a chicken now. So now we have 3 chickens. Come on, spawn a few more of these guys. Yeah, they're all just 1 hits. Dang, that didn't kill a lot of men. Sometimes when the specials don't kill anybody, it's kind of sad, but what can you do? We got a tower of chickens. All right, these gunmen are gonna be a problem for us. We just gotta spam as many clubmen as we can. We need 45,000 experience to skip all of the other phases and go straight to the military phase. And we're gonna need to do that because our chickens are starting to become underpowered. So we're gonna have to upgrade, and I think I'm just gonna skip everything and go straight to the military so we can get the military turrets. That's gonna be a very, very nice upgrade. But we don't want to waste any money. If I upgrade now to the swordsman, then, you know, the knights, whatever you want to call it, the medieval one, it's going to be 50 gold for those guys versus the 15 now. So it's 3 times as expensive to do that. So it's, and they spawn slower. So when they're a one-shot anyways, it's easier to have these guys because you can spawn them very quickly. So we've got our first armored gunmen, and they can be a bit of a problem. So I use my special, and he's gonna die, no problem. 1,300, look at that. We're up to 7,800. So we could extend our tower one more time, but I think I'm gonna save up that money. Because the double turret for the military age is going to be 14,000. And the only thing we need now is to just keep spamming these guys, because we have the armored gunmen and then 2 other gunmen behind him, so they're going to start going through our cavemen like crazy. And you can see there's a bunch of them that are stacked. Use our special whenever we can. Hopefully it helps. Not that much. I don't know how many clubmen we have, but we've got plenty. So we're at 43,000 experience. We can almost upgrade to the military phase straight away. I'm gonna want a little bit more gold as well. But starting with the military man, our chickens are not gonna cut it. So let's upgrade, and we're gonna need a lot more money. So now we just went from a thousand times more expensive. Hopefully this will get us up to... Nope. It is not going to do anything useful for us. I was hoping a special would kill a bunch of people for us to get... Okay, so we have 15,000 now, which means we can afford a turret. So let's go ahead and get a double turret. And that is a huge sigh of relief, because now we're not solely relying on chicken eggs killing soldiers. And I think from this moment on, we can relax just a little bit. Once you get that first turret, you're in pretty good shape. And the health on our base looks pretty good too, so. Now we don't have to rely so much on soldiers slowing down the enemy. So we can go ahead and add another turret. Oh, dude, we are golden. Now we can kill I think these two turrets should be able to kill the soldiers all by themselves. Yeah, look at that. So we don't even really have to waste any more money on units anymore. There's another turret. So now we need 7,500 to grab another turret spot. And then we'll add another turret and we can upgrade to the last phase. But that's about it. I think this is... I don't think we're going to take any more damage. And we don't really even need to spawn any more units, so. It looks like at this point, it is a given. There's our first tank. We'll just go ahead and drop some bombs on it, maybe. Ooh, another tank. Let's see how much damage our turrets do. Yeah, the turrets can take down a tank all by themselves, but we'll use our special because we have it. And there we go. That is the last phase, and we have 4 of the double turrets at this point. I don't think we can... I don't think we can lose even if we tried. Maybe if you sold all of your turrets, but that would be silly. And there's the enemy upgrading to the last phase, which is great. Our turrets will still be able to kill him, but we'll just get more money. And then we are going to upgrade our guns to the last tier version. And those guns will actually be able to damage, because the range on them is really, really long. So after they kill the soldiers, they'll be able to hit the base as well. And that's how we're going to win. We don't even need to worry about our specials anymore. I mean, we're just ripping through them with our 4 turrets, so. All we have to do now is just save up to 100,000 gold. And we can sell one and upgrade to the Ion Ray. At this point, it's pretty much just waiting to upgrade to more Ion Rays, so nothing really interesting happening. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And we are killing these guys pretty quickly. There's our second Ion Ray. Our first tank, which even with just 2 Ion Rays we can get. And look at that. So there you go. You can see when we kill those monsters or the soldiers or whatever, the Ion Rays continue past it after the the thing dies and then it hits the enemy base. So literally we don't even have to spawn any more soldiers, but I'd like to get all 4 ion rays as soon as we kill this tank. There it goes. And it's pretty, at this point it's pretty much over. We've beaten the impossible mode. Doesn't seem so impossible. And there it goes. There's a bunch more damage on the base. You know, it would be nice. Here's a special because we haven't even used it yet. That's what it looks like. It doesn't one shot them, I don't think. But hopefully we'll be able to spawn in a super soldier. But we might not even get the chance to do that. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It's 150,000 for a super soldier. I guess we could sell a turret and do it, but I don't know if I want to do that. So it's 50,000, that would get us enough, but nah. 150,000, we'll just wait. We only have about 10,000 more. Oh. There it is. So let's see if we can, oh, nope, no chance. Well, there it is. Thanks for watching.